Hi guys, this is Katja with Creative Image Studio. I am sharing my latest Gatefold mini with you guys, and this is a medium-sized gatefold. So usually I create these larger ones, but this one is, well, slightly over 6 by 6 inches. It's about 6 by 6.25, I think. I'm saying this by head. But I thought let's do a smaller one. So let's take a look up close, and of course you can purchase a tutorial for this medium-sized gatefold in my shop, and there will be links below on my blog and at the end of this video. So let's take a look up close. Alright, so this is the front, and before we start, this is the paper collection that I used, and this is Bo Bunny's Serendipity collection. I used most of this 6 by 6 inch pad and also some sheets of the 12 by 12 inch size. So if we take a look up close, I did a lot of flowers and I did some enamel dots here and some leaves. Love this color combination. This paper line has sort of a bird theme, also a sort of a garden theme, has lots of flowers, florals, feathers, as I said, birds, some butterflies, some wood. Well, now as for the back, this is the back with some lovely nests, bird nests here and some eggs in them. So this makes for a great spring or summertime paper. So let's open it up. As I said, it is a gatefold. Now, one thing I have to tell you, my craft magnets, which are brandless this time, turned out not to be strong enough to keep this closed. So this is actually kept closed, as you can see. So it is not the technique is perfect. Your album will stay closed, but you will have to seek out some strong craft magnets. Mine are from China and they turned out not to be strong enough. So I added simply 2 extra on the outside, which I can easily take off to enjoy the paper. So it's only when I want to close this album that I have to add these. But as I said, that is not the technique, it is not the design, but it's simply the flaw is in the magnets, as it turns out. So that is my tip for you. I think the basic gray magnetic discs might be strong enough, but well, you have to try that for yourself. But these are from AliExpress in China, and well, they are not strong enough, I can tell you that. So there's the first tip. Okay, as for the inside front cover, I did 2 pockets here, and I did some die cutting here, and just added a booklet here. This is from the design collection, simply the ATC cut aparts, and I folded a booklet from that. And here I did some stamping and some fussy cutting. So I stamped a label and then fussy cut it from the design paper and stamped it again here, same stamp, but this time I inked these lines as well. I didn't ink them here, so you can write a little note. First page assembly, so there are 3 page assemblies and they are quite elaborate, which I find are always fun to create. Now, as I will show you in this album, I did a lot of experimentation just for myself with inking and stamping and texture pastes, and I am not very experienced in that. And as you can see, apparently I did some wrong combination of inks, but because now it's sort of stuck in the pocket, so I have to carefully pull this out. So again, that is not a flaw of the design of this album. It is the flaw is mine, because I don't know my materials apparently, because I thought, wow, look at this texture and look at the colors, and well, my knowledge is apparently not enough, because it dried a bit sticky. So I guess I should leave it out, but I wanted to show it to you anyway, because if you use the right materials, it will not dry sticky, and then you have a great photo tag here. I also worked a lot with photo templates in this album. This is the first one, and by which I mean is I used some repositional tape, so I can very easily pull this off without damaging the paper. And then this yellow piece here that is stamped photo here. You can put it on the back of your picture, draw around it, and then cut if you are not a crafter. So if you are wanting to give this as a present, you can work with these kinds of templates, and that will be a great service for the recipient. So you will see a lot of these in this album, and this was the first one. So this is a pocket, and well, here you see another one. So a great idea is to do it like this, so there is no design paper underneath this photo template. Again, you can pull this very easily from the paper, and then you have a great template. And this way, the design paper pad, the 6x6 inch pad that is, will be sufficient. It has 36 sheets, the Bo Bunny ones, and I had about 5 or 6 left. So if you do it like this, you will actually, spare yourself a lot of design paper and be able to do a fairly elaborate album with only one paper pad. So there's a second tip for you. Here is a tiny little booklet, and I did again some ink spraying and stamping here. This one I am satisfied about, so I'm contented because this worked out great. So I used 3 colors of spray ink and then stamped over it. And this is actually the design paper, so this is a great way to turn your single-sided design paper into double-sided design paper. So this was actually white, so the back of this, I colored it, stamped it, folded it, and now the back is actually the front. So great tip for you there. Now this is simply a small flap, so you flip it open, and then here you have a nice photo template. You could add some wallet-sized pictures here, of course, but you can also leave it as is. Flip it closed, and then flip it open to the other side. So here you now have 2 symmetrical photo flaps. I don't know if they are in frame both at the same time, not entirely, I think, but you get the idea. Opening up the flips here, the doorlets, it's sort of a folder idea, right? So there are 2 separate photo mats here, and I added photo templates to both sides just because it looks fun. And I explained the working. It is all repositional tape. And then I did some photo templates here, some smaller ones. And of course I did not glue this flower down, so you could just simply remove it, trace around it, cut around it with your picture then, and then stick it behind the flower. So that is how it works. With your tutorial, if you decide to try it out and to purchase it, there will be a free cutting guide with all of the measurements of the photo templates if you want to do exactly the same ones that I have in this album. You could of course also do your own, so do your own mosaics and do your own photo template sizes. You can do circles, or you can do 2 smaller rectangles. You can go all out with your ideas, but if you do want to imitate mine as it is now, then there is a cutting guide for you, free with your tutorial. So you won't have to think about anything if you don't want to. So closing this up with a fun paper clip here. Now pulling out this large photo mat. Every page assembly is its own pocket as well. So what we see here is a fun photo mat with a photo template again. This time I chose a heart shape. So that offers the recipient, if you decide to give this as a present, this album, it offers them some variation. So not everything is a square or a rectangle, but this time it's a heart, and I die cut it, but you can also draw your own and then fussy cut your own photo template, of course, if that is what you like, or choose your own shape. I'm just saying, just get in some variation. And here I did some inking and spraying and stamping to hide the white back of this piece of design paper. So I turned it into a double-sided one. But if that is not your thing, you can also take a piece of cardstock and just mat it. Next page, 2 flaps here. So first one here, this one is stuck to my sprayed tag again. My technique flaw, not the design flaw. This is the second tag here. So this opens up with a lot of flaps here. Let me see if I can get that into frame. And again, a lot of photo templates here. So I did two smaller ones here and then a sort of a portrait sized one here. I did some die cutting, but the people receiving this can simply, you know, just cut it, fussy cut it if they like. Two small photo templates here and then again a larger one here. So no one has to really think about how to cut their pictures because the photo templates will do all of the work for them. Now, let me see if I can get this out. No, it sticks to the... Well, you can see that my experience with inks is not sufficient at all because this one is sticking into the pocket as well. Okay, so here you see the result. I still like it, even if it dried a bit sticky. I like the idea of it. And again, it has its own little photo template. And if you do what I should have done and use better combinations of materials, because I use different brands of sprays here, which apparently doesn't work at all because, you know, the chemical reactions apparently turn it into some sort of stickiness or glue or some such. But if you stick to one brand and do your spraying, I'm sure it will turn out great. Now this stencil that I used here with the structure paste is again a Tim Holtz stencil. And I'm still sticking it in here even though it will again stick to the pocket, but I don't care. All right, moving on to the second page assembly. We start off with a nice large photo mat. This is smaller than a 4 by 6 inches, by the way, because this page is not 6 inches. So it is one size smaller, and well, in the Netherlands that is 9 by 13 centimeters, about that. Well, I'm not sure what the American sizes are, but you get my drift. Now this is a fun fold out. It starts with a photo template here, but then you can fold it upward and then outward. So there is lots of pictures here and it is quite simple. Also for the recipient, if that is not a paper crafter, he or she will still understand how to open this. So picture, 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 and then here another picture. So a lot of pictures in a relatively simple photo flap. And then here on the right side, there is a belly band, but it is in two parts and it is kept closed by this booklet. So very simple booklet. You can add some journaling here or some wallet-sized pictures. And then you can open the belly band and it again holds nice photo templates as well. So smaller ones here. And again, check the cutting guide with the tutorial if you want to copy these exactly, but you can also do your own. You don't have to do this mosaic, for instance. You can do your own paper design. It's a lot of fun. It's a different way of matting. Normally I would simply mat the page and then put the picture on top of it and maybe some die cuts. So I tried this more of a mosaic approach here, and it's a lot of fun. All right, so opening the next page. It is still the second page assembly, by the way, so this is a lot of flips and flaps. So we start off with the pocket here, and I did a lot of spraying here again, and I used this same dark blue paper here as a base. So I used some Distress Oxide sprays, for they show up on darker paper, as you can see. So I worked with some stencils and different colors of oxides, and well, you know, I'm a beginner. I think it's okay, and it's meant as a photo mat, so you can use this photo template on both sides, of course. But it's just a lot of fun to stick this into your pocket instead of a solid dark blue piece of cardstock. So you can take out this entire assembly here. So you have a photo wallet, and you can open it up this way with nice photo templates, and you can open it up the other way with some pockets and another photo template. Now in the pockets I have 2 tags, again with some spraying on the dark cardstock. Now this I left as is, but I did some inking around the edges. And you can see this as a journaling spot, or just, you know, cut your own picture. I left it as is. And here again with the oxide sprays through a stencil. I worked with some texture paste again and different colors of inks. And then here I did some stamping, well, also some spraying, because you can see it's not dark blue anymore, but then I stamped on top of it. Well, it's not perfect, but I'm a beginner, guys. And here is the photo template. This again is a bit sticky, so, well, I have to do some chemical classes, I guess. But I'm working on that. All right, so we can put this back here in the page pocket. And then you have this nice photo spread. That is how I designed mine, at least. So you can see here that you only need this small strip and this strip of design paper here. And here I did 2, well, almost square pieces. And that is all the design paper that I used in this entire photo spread. And just working with the colored photo templates just adds a lot of color and does not require you to use all of your design papers. So I like that. Let's close it up again. And then here is a small photo template, wallet sized, a swing tab, opening it up, and then 3 smaller photo templates. So again, lots of room for pictures here. And not every picture needs to be large, right? I think sometimes the smaller ones are very cute as well. So that was the second page assembly. Now we're going to the third. So lots of photos here and then the third. So let's open this up. These are 2 doorlets which open up to a great space for a picture. I did a flower here, die cut it myself, and you could add, of course, more pictures if you like, but I thought this looked just fine, but you can always add more. And this opens up like this. So this is magnetized, and you just pull the ribbon pull, open it up, and there you have a nice little layout again. Wallet size picture, slightly larger picture, even larger picture. And I did a lot of die cutting here, so just to decorate. And like I said, everything here is fastened with repositional tape, so you can pull everything out, and this is not glued down, so you can always stick it underneath. And opening it sideways, a nice belly band, and I again die cut some lovely roses this time, added some stickles just to decorate. And here I added a photo mat, this time without the inking and the spraying, because this is part of the 12 by 12 inch sheets, and these are double-sided, so you can use them as is. And here again a sprayed one, so with some mica metallic sprays on both sides. And then here the larger photo mat that goes into the page pocket. I die cut a photo template to fussy cut around if you want your picture to have this shape. And then again, this was a single-sided piece of design paper, so I did spray and stamp on the back. Now this one I also showed on my Instagram, and I am at Katja's Craft on Instagram, so check out my projects there as well. And then the last page here, a magnetized closure flap here. Cute, cute, cute little photo templates here. I did some oval die cutting everywhere, so oval is the theme here. Again here, swing tab, oval here, and then here it opens up with a lot of photo templates, so some smaller ones and a regular sized one. Let me see, it's like this. And then closing like that. Now here, this is the inside back page. I die cut a nice envelope pocket. Of course you would have to have the exact same die if you want to copy this, but in the tutorial I give you the measurements of a simple pocket. So imagine this being solid, and then you would have your envelope as well. And otherwise you could buy any kind of lace die that does these kinds of pockets. Mine again is from China, so I can't give you a brand because it doesn't have one. And this is one of the cut aparts from the 12 by 12 inch cut apart sheet, of which I also share the measurements in the tutorial. Last but not least, the inside closure flap has again a lace pocket, a corner pocket here, and I used again a Chinese die. Sorry about that, I can't give you a brand. Just a tip, go to AliExpress and search for die or dies, and you will be overwhelmed with the number of dies you find there. But again, in the tutorial you find the corner pocket measurements without a die. So yeah, so that was the medium-sized gatefold mini album. And I did a bit of a new technique. Well, it's not entirely new for me. I have played around with this in other albums, but I did refine it. So it is, in my opinion, better, or even better, I should say, than my previous iteration. So I'm still working on the technique, because I want to use a hidden hinge binding, but I also want my pages not to stand up like this because they have no room to move. So this is a way to be able to, well, to lay them quite flat, not entirely, but it's quite open, as you can see. And this is the technique that I am developing to create that, and you will find that in the tutorial. So in my case, again, I will add some extra magnets. In your case, you just find strong magnets and put them underneath the paper. These Chinese magnets, oops, they don't work as they should. So yeah, that was the album. So let me know in the comment section if you liked this album design. There were all new pages. There was some experimentation of mine with the inking and the spraying, which is not in the tutorial, by the way. It's just me experimenting because I didn't want to leave all of the pages white, the backs of the sheets I mean, and didn't want to just put solid pieces of cardstock as photo mats, but you know, just ink around a bit. You can do that on your own, or check out the demo videos by Tim Holtz. He has great videos, and of course many other designers too. But if you want to create this mini album yourself, check out the links below to the tutorial. And this is a PDF tutorial, but it is very elaborate. It is suitable for beginners because I take you through every single step of the creative process. And especially with the summer up ahead, maybe you are looking for some great activity and want to be creative, and well, then this is a great tutorial to have some fun with your craft papers, because let's face it, probably you have a lot of stuff in your stash, so let's take it out and create a great album. So let me know if you like this video by pressing the like and subscribing to my channel. So thank you for watching, guys, and see you next time. Bye bye.